Hi everyone, welcome back to Risa Does Makeup. I have a very fun video for you today. This is going to be a haul of products that I picked up on a couple of shopping trips with some YouTubers. Actually, one was with one YouTuber, the other one was with two YouTubers and a subscriber of all of ours. But this collab is with, oh, my voice just cracked. It's almost like my 14-year-old son. He's kind of getting in that age where his voice is cracking every once in a while, and mine just did too. But anyway, if you've been with my channel for at least the last 6-8 months or so, you would have seen a couple of collabs I've done with Michelle Wong. She lives here in Las Vegas, and we've gone Sephora VIB Rouge shopping together. We've had lunch, and she's just exactly as you see her on her videos. Just down to earth, intelligent. I can't say enough good things about her. You know how sometimes you just meet people and you're like, this is a good person. And she is definitely a good person. And her channel, while it is dedicated to pretty much all high-end products, she has really cultivated a great following on her channel for, you know, people that love luxury makeup. If you love luxury makeup, you need to be subscribed to Michelle. And you also need to be subscribed to Glam Dr. Mona Khan. I had planned to meet Michelle for lunch one day last week when my kids were on spring break, and then she informed me that Mona was coming to town to stay with her. They've developed, a YouTube friendship, and Mona lives in Chicago. And so Michelle asked me if I wanted to meet them, for some shopping, and of course, I mean, my kids were on spring break. I didn't have to do carpool or anything, so I immediately said yes. So before I get into what I purchased, I just want to tell you a little bit more about Mona. She is an actual doctor. She's not just a glam doctor. She is a true doctor. She is an OBGYN. She is super intelligent. She's super articulate. She is very thorough, very down to earth. I am just so happy that I have made YouTube friends that are all just so genuine. So I really hope that you will check out and subscribe to both Michelle and Mona. Of course, I'm going to link them in the description bar. And if you are coming to this video from one of their channels, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope you enjoy this video. Not only do I hope you enjoy this video, but I hope you will stick around and watch some of my other videos, content, and then hopefully subscribe. Now, I have been trying to make my intro shorter, but when you're doing a collab, it's kind of difficult because you really want to talk about the other YouTubers. And I have one other thing I need to cover in this video, but I'm going to cover it at the end. What I'm going to be addressing is the fact that quite a few of the things I'm going to be showing you in this haul are not cruelty-free. And I know that's going to disappoint a lot of people, and I've been kind of torturing myself since last week, since I had the shopping haul, about how I was going to present this to you all. I don't even know how this is going to go over, but I figured I would just do that at the end. So anyone who isn't interested in hearing that can just simply click away. So let's see, this video is going up on a Sunday, so not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. I went to lunch with Michelle and another friend of mine who is thinking about starting her own YouTube channel. So she kind of wanted, to pick our brains a little bit, and we had a great lunch. We were there for a couple of hours. So over the course of the 2-hour lunch, I had 2 very, very strong drinks. So what happens at that point? We decide we're gonna go shopping. We're gonna go over to Sephora. Now, I did not drive. I think I already said this, but Michelle did not drink, so she drove me over there. And we went into Sephora, and we didn't really buy much because, well, A, Michelle and I knew we were going to be going to Sephora again 2 days later, and B, with the VIB sale coming up, we kind of also, Michelle had a couple things in her hand, but then she's like, I don't know, I don't really need these. Michelle had to go home because she lives kind of on the other side of town, but my friend Bianca and I went to Dillard's, and they were having a buy one, get one half off deal on all of their cosmetics. I was actually walking through the department and I stopped at Jo Malone. How often is Jo Malone what equates to 25% off? I ended up purchasing a couple of things. I actually haven't even opened this box since I got it. So I purchased one of the spring scents, spring summer limited edition scents. This is the Plum Blossom. I I am absolutely horrible at describing scents, but as you can assume, it's a fruity floral, plum blossom. I'm gonna leave the notes and a caption on the screen. It just smelled to me so light and fresh. Bianca ended up purchasing the cherry. There's another one with cherry in it, which was a little bit too sweet for me, but this one, you put it on and you just smell like fresh out of the shower-ish with a little bit of sweetness. So I thought that was beautiful. And then she showed me how to layer it. I was telling the sales associate that I had smelled the Velvet Rose and Oud fragrance. It's one of their more intense fragrances. I had smelled that at Neiman Marcus and just didn't end up buying it. And she said that there's this new dry body oil that would be great for summertime. And it's a spray oil, and it just smells so good. This is a real sexy scent. The other one is more kind of light and fresh. This one is definitely more sexy. She called it the Little Black Dress, the perfume, not the oil. But if you have used any of Jo Malone's body products, like their oils or their really luxurious creams, you know that they often have more longer lasting scent than even the fragrances do. All right, on to day 2 of shopping, this time with Mona and Michelle and Carla. We went to Sephora. Well, first, Mona had gotten in early that morning, had gone back to Michelle's, and they arrived at the Forum Shops a little bit earlier than I did. So I found them at the Plum restaurant having some wine. Well, Mona was having some wine. I wasn't gonna have wine, but then I thought Mona's wine looks really good. So I ordered myself a small glass. And you know, that was kind of the foreshadowing of what was gonna happen later in the day, that I just was going to succumb to peer pressure, basically. I mean, I'm not gonna blame these girls. I whipped out my credit card of my own free will, but I'll get to that in a second. So we go to Sephora, and I swear these girls, they are the best people to shop with because they just know so much. I thought I knew a lot about makeup, being a makeup artist for 22 plus years, but these girls, they know a lot. And I have to say, Mona, not only is she smart and knowledgeable about makeup, but the woman is so pretty. She has the most beautiful skin tone, big brown eyes. I mean, maybe it's because I have blonde hair and blue eyes and I'm really fair that I've always thought that dark complected women with dark hair and dark eyes, they're just so stunning. And she is stunning. Beyond that, she's super knowledgeable about skincare. And so she was telling me about Dr. Dennis Gross skincare and about Drunk Elephant. And I actually now have a lot of things on my Sephora VIB wish list. And that video, my recommendations and wish list is going to be coming out in just a couple days. So look for that. I didn't buy anything in Sephora. I don't think really any of us did except for maybe Carla. And then we went over to NARS. So we went into the NARS boutique and the girls were loving it. Michelle bought 3 of the, well, I'm not gonna tell you what she bought because you need to watch her haul. And the girls all got different things and I was so tempted. You know, I swatched things, I tried some things on too. It was really hard because NARS was one of my favorite brands. And there were so many pretty things. That Wanted cheek palette, I wanted to buy that, but I left it empty-handed. So I was proud of myself. I had even looked at some Giorgio Armani and YSL when we were at Sephora, but I passed on purchasing anything. I passed on purchasing anything at NARS. And then we got to Chanel. I used to work for Chanel. It's one of the first brands I worked for. Well, not one of the first, maybe like the 3rd or 4th. And I worked for Chanel for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And it was always, ever since I was a teenager, it was one of my favorite brands. I would save my babysitting money to buy stuff. So we're all playing with colors and swatching, and I'm ready to just walk out the door, again, not buying anything. But then I don't know what clicked in me. I got nostalgic over the brow pencil because I used their Crayon Sourcils brow pencil. Sourcils, I don't know how you pronounce it. I took French in high school, but I don't remember anything. And I used the taupe pencil from the time I was 17 to the time I was, who even knows, whenever Anastasia Beverly Hills started coming out with brow products and everybody switched to that. This was my holy grail pencil. Now, they did change the formula a couple of years ago. I feel like it's the same formula, but the colors are a little different. The taupe no longer worked for me. I was recommended by the makeup artist to get the Brun Naturel, and that's what I am wearing today. It's as good as I remember. It just goes on so easily, so nicely, and it's just so natural looking. And this Brun Naturel, I think, is the perfect color for me. I also picked up the Rouge Allure ink in 140 Amaru, and I do have it on now. I have a gloss that I'm gonna be showing you in a minute over it. but this is the color. It goes on very liquidy, but within a minute or two, it dries to a comfortable matte finish. And it's decently long wearing. It's not gonna last you through a Caesar salad or anything, but it has decent long wear. I also purchased a blush that I have been wanting to buy for a really, really long time. I must own 8 to 10 Chanel blushes, these Jus Contrast blushes that are just in a drawer that I don't use because I'm trying, you know, as I said, for the last 6, 7, 8 months, I have been trying to only show cruelty-free products in my videos. So they've just been in a drawer, haven't really been using them. I picked up Rose Initiale. I am wearing it right now. And it is everything I thought it would be. It is a beautiful, everyday, natural looking, glowy pink blush for someone with more light to medium skin. It probably wouldn't show up well on anybody with a medium to dark skin, but again, if you are more light medium or even fair, you could use a light hand because it is pretty pigmented. I highly recommend this color if you're looking for just that perfect pink. And then I swear I was ready to check out, but I get to the counter and I'm almost on this like high from buying these things that I have been staring at for so many months that I have wanted to buy. I was like just excited, and we're all getting these beautiful Chanel bags with bows and making friends with the people that work there. And I'm at the register and I see this highlighter. This is the Le Signe du Lion Poudre Illuminatrice Illuminating Powder, and I picked up the color Or Rosé. There was one left in this color, and there was one left, or a couple left in like, it looked to me to be more white-ish. This one was more pink-ish, and it's stunning. It has this little brush applicator, which I won't use, and then this cover for it, plastic cover, but this is what it looks like. I am not sure how long this has been out, because to be honest with you, I haven't really paid much attention to Chanel, what Chanel's been putting out, because I just wasn't buying it. So I think it's limited edition, but I do have it on. Look how pretty that is. And that's what happened. I was at the register and I tried a little bit on and I fell in love, and I said to myself, I looked at the girls, and of course they were no help. They're like, do it, do it, do it. And I thought, oh, you know, my birthday's next month. I'll treat myself. So I got it. And I love it. I like a more pinky highlighter on my skin tone versus a real like golden yellowy highlight. For some reason, I like the pinky tones better on me. Shopping at Chanel with those girls was so much fun, but I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of guilt associated with it. And again, I'm gonna get to that at the end. But I also purchased some cruelty-free things at Nordstrom, Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury, you guys know, is one of my favorite brands, and Dr. Mona Khan also loves Charlotte Tilbury. She does a lot of videos reviewing her products, using her products. So she and I kind of bonded also over Charlotte Tilbury. I purchased, we don't have a Charlotte Tilbury counter yet at the Nordstrom in Las Vegas, but we're supposed to be getting one in the fall if you ever come to town to visit. I picked up the Sex on Fire blush. It's the only blush, I think I have them all now. This is the only one I didn't have, and it's more like mauve-y colored. The other ones I have seem to be more peachy or peachy pink or bright pink, and I wanted like a more muted mauve, but I will say that this one doesn't seem to last as long as all of my others. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the color, a bad batch. It just doesn't seem to last as long as the others. I also picked up the contour wand in fair medium. I don't know how I feel about this. It has the spongy tip applicator that twists so you can lock it and unlock it. And there doesn't really seem to be a lot of product in here. Like, what does it say? It says that it's 0.41 ounces, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like even less. And it takes a while for it to start coming out. And I love the color of this. I love the color. I love the texture. I love it for the cheek area and the forehead area. But what I struggle with is when I want to contour my nose with it, it sometimes gives like a big blob, like on the side where I want a thin line, it leaves a big blob, and then I have to blend it out really good or remove some of it. It just doesn't have a lot of control, I don't feel, especially if you are trying to contour smaller zones. And I kind of feel like this should have been done in like their click pen form, almost like their under eye concealer or their the light wand. Something about the packaging of this just I'm not wowed by. But as far as the product goes, again, the texture, the consistency, the color, perfect. So the rest of my lip combo, I've already showed you the Chanel lip ink. My liner is this Charlotte Tilbury new color, I believe. It's called Love Trap. And this might be my new favorite lip liner. It is my lips, but better. It is actually the exact color of my lips. So again, this is called Love Trap. To me, it looks like a mauvey brown with more mauve, a little less brown. As I said, just for me at least, the perfect my lips, but better color. And I've said many times that I feel the formula of these pencils is amazing. I have been using the Pillow Talk and the Iconic Nude for a couple years now, and this is definitely going in my rotation of favorites. And then lastly, I don't even know why I got this. I have so many shimmery lip glosses, but I was in a buying mood, and so I got this one called Ibiza Nights. It's just a sheer, super sparkly gloss with a hint of pink. Actually, it's not really a hint of pink, it's more like a hint of peachy champagne. I'm gonna put a little bit more on for you. Cannot see where I'm placing this because the viewfinder is pretty far away and my eyesight is not that good. It's a little sticky, but what I like about her formula of lip glosses is that they do have a little bit of stickiness to it. They're not uncomfortable sticky, but they have enough stickiness that they won't, disappear off your lips in a hot minute. All right, that is everything from my shopping with Makeup Junkies haul, or shopping with other YouTubers. I'm not really sure what we're calling this video yet, but I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you're new to my channel, I really do hope that you will stick around and subscribe, and I'm so happy to have you here. But now I want to address what a lot of you who are subscribed to me or were really happy that I was making the effort to try to go cruelty-free. I do owe you an explanation, and I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head. I don't have anything scripted, although I've been thinking about it nonstop for over a week. Well, not even over a week, longer than that. I would say it was about 6 or 8 weeks ago that I put something on the community tab. And I've said many times in other videos that I'm really struggling with it because not only do I love presenting you guys with high-end stuff, I also love doing drugstore stuff. And so many of the big brands like CoverGirl and Maybelline and L'Oreal, they are not considered cruelty-free. So I've had to kind of completely shut those out. And then, of course, NARS, I haven't touched anything since June. And I've always loved Chanel and YSL and Dior. Those were the brands that I love. Those were my favorite. And ever since I was young, even though they were so expensive, I would save my money for those products. And it's been so hard for me. And so, as I said, I put out a question on my community tab about 6 or 8 weeks ago, asking you guys how you felt about me possibly going back to, I never wanted to be, and I never professed to be a 100% cruelty-free channel. There were times where I did, favorite foundations for mature skin or favorite concealers that I said I was including brands that were both cruelty-free and not cruelty-free, because I know not everybody who's watching, buys cruelty-free, and that's fine. Everybody should be allowed to make their own decisions. And I know I'm gonna get some backlash on this. I know I'm gonna get some people unsubscribing, and I feel terrible about that. I feel like I did disappoint a lot of you. And I'm human and I slip up, and everybody does have a right to change their mind. Am I gonna go completely not cruelty-free and just have a free-for-all of YSL and Dior? No, I don't plan to do that. I'm still gonna do my best as a person that loves animals to try to only buy, this instance, this was, I fell off the wagon. I don't know how else to put it, but, and I got caught up in the moment, and I'm not trying to put blame on anyone else or any other circumstance. I mean, it sounds like I am, but it is on me. I take responsibility for it, but I hope you guys will be understanding. And I know the majority of you, I would say it was like an 80-20 split when I asked that question. The majority of you were like, hey, show us everything. We want to see everything. It's my business if I want to be cruelty-free or not. I want to hear from you about all brands. But then there was 20% that said, hey, I'm subscribed to you because you're going cruelty-free, or because you show me cruelty-free things. And 20% is kind of a large amount. I mean, I'm really hoping I don't lose 20% of my subscribers after this video goes up. And is that disappointing? Is that sad to me? Yes, but if being cruelty-free is something that you are adamant about and it's beyond a small issue for you, I totally get it. I understand. I just have to go with what's in my gut, with what's in my heart, and just know that I did my best. I gave it a good try. I'm still gonna try, but I want you all to know that, you know, I'm not a cruelty-free channel. I will try to show as many cruelty-free products as I can, but there will be times going forward that you are gonna see me maybe review or put in favorites, or I don't know, there are gonna be more non-cruelty-free products, I'm sure, in my videos than there have been for the last 6 or 7 months. And gosh, I don't know what else to say. I know I'm gonna get some backlash and some unsubscribes and all that, and I just have to be prepared for it, and I have to be understanding, and I hope that there is understanding out there. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, but thank you guys so much for those of you that, you know, can understand and are supporting me, and you know, said in those comments that everybody has a right to change their mind. It doesn't make me a bad person. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hate to end this on such a down note because this was such a fun experience for me, shopping with Michelle and shopping with Mona, and I hope that you guys will subscribe to both of them and that you will love their contents as well. I can also be found on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter, all under the name of Risa Does Makeup. As always, links to every product will be in the description bar, and I will see you guys in my next video.